Okay, fellas, I'm going to catch some before on this knife. I am going to take and mod it. This knife is my Rough Ryder, and sure enough, I just ditched the box. 581. So it's a Gunstock bone Sowbelly trapper, and I want to dye this chocolate brown and just even it out. Now it did have missing piece of bone here. I have filled that with super glue, and I got some on the liners which I'm going to need to remove. We do have a little bit of gappage here, and I'm going to dye it. Might include you guys in part of the dye process, and I'll include you guys in the I'll let you know what the final one looks like. This one doesn't need any other cleanup in the way of case paste. Maybe someday I'll hit it with some case paste and stuff, but she's in good shape. So stick around and we'll see if the change is better. Thanks, guys. Okay, and we're inside, and I have dyed a lot of bone. Hopefully the video for this in the outside is still coming through. And I like this Gunstock bone to be dark, rich, and chocolate brown. Now, I'm going to try a different, I usually use a pot for this, but you will see maybe that this water is going to be, you know, very like 1/8 of an inch. I just want to get the bone. I don't want to get the springs, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date on this as we go through. So here we go. Okay, now we got a boil, and I'm going to turn this down. I want to just keep a simmer, and you guys can see how I pull this over. Now keep in mind, I'll probably be losing some water through evaporation. I have a little kit, if you will, and I would recommend you keep the primary colors: red, green, yellow. Roy G. Briv, what is that? Red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. And you can mix your own, but I do have brown for this job. Okay, so I should mention this is just water, a splash of distilled vinegar. You should get yourself some Q-tips, and I only put, seriously, about 8 drops of dye in here, like medicine drops. And I see this purple tinge. That's probably the shade I want to go for. It's going to be really hard to tell. Okay, and I didn't want to drop that in there. Okay, insert knife. Set timer. Probably 1:30. Just to check, this other side, this side is already dark, and this is the first time using. Okay, I'm gonna see what we got going here. So this side is, as you can see, already dark, and we're gonna come back and check this in about a minute. All right, guys, thanks now. Okay, that's been about a minute here, and I don't trust these tongs very well, and it's kind of hard to see, but I think I like a rich chocolate, so I'm going to keep going. Maybe another minute. Oh, and I got a paper towel, paper plate with a paper towel, nice to transfer to, and I'm going to rinse this in cold water when I think I've got my time there. Okay, that's been 1 minute, and regardless, I'm going to flip this and get another minute, and check out, if you can, some of that purple. You can see maybe the purple on this blade, which is kind of cool, and I want to leave enough undyed, shall we say, enough for the bone, like how the ends on this bone were lighter than the center, that I get some marbling still. That's what I'm hoping for. 1 minute on this side. This side was already darker than the show side. Okay, we're coming up on time here. 55 seconds. Gonna go ahead and take this. I want to get a good grip, of course. Normally I'd just transfer it here. Now I'm going straight to the sink. And this, give it a water bath. Cool it down. Might want it cool to the touch. Come back over here. You can see this. This is a purplish. So kind of cool. All right, then we just wait and see how we did. Okay, and here we are taking a peek at the finished product. We'll take a peek. So interestingly enough, you'll see this little spot here, which does add character, but it's because I use super glue to fill that little crack in the bone. And you can see that it does not die. So it might be a way in the future if I want to put just to tap some super glue if you want to artificially marble your knives. So we'll go back to the beginning of this video if you want to see how this one came to me originally, or go find the original release. But this is more along the lines, I have 2 other brown Gunstock bone knives, and this one will fit in nicely. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for joining the Miner.